And at the other end of the European debate, tens of thousands of people marched in London today in support of the EU. The rally earlier reached Parliament Square. Well, from Westminster, we're joined by Sky's Rhiannon Mills, who was at the march. What was the mood like at the march?
Well, it was extraordinary to see just so many people gathering there in Parliament Square. Not clear exactly how many numbers, but tens of thousands, some people have put it at. It was a very noisy but very polite demonstration, I'd like to put it. Lots of families gathered there, all joining together to really show what they say is their solidarity with the European Union. It is worth pointing out that actually it was quite interesting to see so many people gathering in a space that is so close to where we saw that terrorist incident happen on Wednesday afternoon. And in fact, Alistair Campbell started off the demonstration by speaking to the crowd, saying that before we talk about Brexit, before we call on any of the speakers, we need to recognise that something really bad happened not far from here just the other day. But I have to say the discussion then very swiftly moved on to Brexit and, of course, what's happening this coming Wednesday when Theresa May is going to trigger Article 50. When you spoke to anybody in that crowd, they really said this was a chance to say that we still feel European, that we still stand united with the European Union. When I put it to them that actually there is still a large amount of the population out there who did vote for Brexit, who really see that referendum as democracy in action, those protesters there today were arguing that actually they think that anyone who voted for Brexit has in fact been duped and didn't realise that we were heading for such a hard Brexit. But I think it is all really summed up by what Tim Farron also said to the crowd. He said that we haven't written future yet, and so they are still determined to really be involved in the debate, the discussion as it goes forward. Even though Theresa May is triggering Article 50 on Wednesday, there's still a very long road ahead in terms of building those relationships with European countries.
And Rhiannon, was there any sense that really the march was simply a cosmetic exercise because there's nothing that's going to change it at this late stage?
It's really interesting. You put it to the protesters there and say, is this too little, too late? And they will argue, no, actually, when you see Article 50 being triggered on Wednesday, it just ramps up the debate once again. It's going to be a very long road ahead. There's going to be lots of discussions about what relationships we're going to build with the individual European countries going forward. And what the protesters there today said to me is they still want to be engaged in that discussion. What they feel at the moment is that they're being shut out of those debates and discussions, but going forward, they really want to be there front and centre to make sure that we can build some kind of meaningful relationships going forward, even though it's not going to be within the European Union as they wanted to stay in the past.
OK, Rhiannon, thank you.